What is going on, y'all? Um, yeah, what's up, YouTube? That was an accident. I didn't know I had my camera on me, but yeah, man, it's Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and so I wanted to do this live early. I want to talk about 5 stocks that you can make some money with this week. 5 stocks that you could double your money with. So I don't want to waste too much of your time. I do want to give it a couple minutes. I do want to say this week at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern, in the evening time, I'm going live every day this week. It's going to be like a master class, and we're going to be breaking down. We're going to be going deep with a lot of different things in regards to options, stocks, and stuff like that, right? So if you're just joining on, please like this video for me. Let's get, 10, 20 likes in the building. And yeah, man, if you tapping in, say what's up. Let me know where you tapping in from, and we gonna get to it. All right. So first things first, right? The stock market. I'm the biggest advocate of the stock market now because the stock market has changed my life. I recommend everybody to learn the game of the stock market, stock options, and stuff like that. So I do want to say that. And yeah, we gonna get into it today. We got 5 stocks, and I got a couple bonus ones for you as well. Before we get into the stocks, I want to let you know that it's earnings week, okay? It's earnings week. So I want to show you the earnings calendar real quick so that you could know what to look out for, all right? Fast Life. What's up, Fast Life? How you feeling? Clocking in from Louisiana. Okay, all right, for sure. All right, so let's get into it, right? So DMV, we got DMV. I love DMV, man. I gotta come out there actually. All right, so let's do this. So we gonna go to earnings. All right, cool. All right. So this is the Discord right here. So this week we have earnings, right? So tomorrow before open, we got McDonald's, we got Monday.com. After hours on Monday, I don't see too much. Tuesday, before market open, we got Shopify. That's something that I'm looking at right there. We got Coca-Cola. We got BP. I'm not looking at anything too much except Shopify. On Tuesday after close, we got Supermicro, SMCI. We got Lyft. That's going to be a big one. We got, on Wednesday, we got CVS. Nothing too crazy that I'm looking at. And then we got Robinhood, which is going to be big after market on Wednesday. Reddit has been on a tear. It was one of the best performing stocks last year. On Thursday, we got Datadog. That's a really good one right there. And then we got Airbnb on Thursday after. We got Coinbase as well. We got DraftKings. And then on Friday, we don't have too much. All right. So those are the earnings right there. All right, so that's what we got in regards to earnings. Okay, checking in from KC. What's up, KC? What's up, Shali? Kansas City, man. I'm not rooting for the Chiefs today. I ain't gonna lie. All right, but all right, cool. So first stock, right? First stock that I have on my watch list. I'll share this one with the Discord, but we're going to go into the charts real quick, and I'm going to show y'all what I'm seeing. And you can make some money with this stock this week, all right? And I want to be clear. Whenever I say you can make this money with this stock is going to explode. It's either going to go explode to the upside or to the downside. My goal is to teach you how to use technical analysis so that you can make money no matter which direction the stock goes. So whether the stock goes up or whether the stock goes down, there is a lot of opportunity. So I want you guys to understand that I am talking about trading options. If I'm talking about buying shares, I will specifically say that. All right, I'll specifically say that, and then you guys will know what I'm talking about. All right, so before I share this first stock, man, do me a favor, like this video. If you joining in and you ain't liked it, like this video for your boy. All right, I'm showing up every single day on YouTube, giving a whole bunch of free game. All right, life-changing information. This information changed my life a year ago. All right, so we got first stock. We got Target. All right, Target. Now let's think about this first real quick. Target, There's been a lot of stuff going on with Trump, with Target, with the DEI and stuff like that, right? So let's think about this. There's a lot of black-owned businesses that have been in Target, that are selling their products in Target, right? So I want you to think about this. If there's been a lot of backlash on Target and people are saying, hey, let's boycott Target, what do you think that means? That means that the stock could be facing some problems. And so what I did was on Saturday, yesterday, I was looking on Robinhood and I was like, hold on, let me go looking at Target. So I went to go look at Target on Robinhood and I saw something. I said, ooh, we got an opportunity here, right? So I'm going to show you the charts and then I'm going to show you Target, okay? So let's go look at Target first. Let's look at Target. So boom, right? So we got this pulled up. So we got Target. So first off, let's look at Target. This is on a daily time frame. Target, their all-time highs has been high, right? Their all-time highs has been $246. All right, that's high. Now, they dropped from that 246, they dropped all the way down to 135, right? And then they tried to come back up to 177, right? They've been going up and down, but now let's look at this, all right? So ever since Trump got in office, this is November 18th, it dropped up here, dropped down from it got rejected off of this 157 level, dropped all the way down here. This is a resistance level, all right? And then it came up, and then it rejected off of this level right here, right? So 144.33 is where it rejected from, and now we're sitting right here. So when it rejected off of this level, that was on the 29th of January, all right? So I want you to understand the time frame. So it was going up, right? It was on an up tear, it was on an uptrend, and then it rejected off of this after the inauguration and after all this DEI stuff started happening. Ever since then, look what's been happening. It tested this 144, it closed at 141, and then what's been happening? It's been seeing some weakness right here, right? It's been dropping. And then you see right here, the EMAs actually crossed over. So this is signaling a downtrend. And so this downtrend, I mark my words, on Monday, Target, it might try to touch like 134, right here at this EMA, but I'm pretty sure it's going to reject. And then Target is going to see 128 tomorrow or Tuesday. And if it breaks through this 128 level right here and it drops because there's more stuff going on in the news and stuff with Target, then it's going to come down all the way to 120, right? And you could do this on a day trade or a swing trade. But look at this right here. Right here, we got this big gap. All right, we got a big, massive gap right here, right? And what do I always say? The gaps have to fill at some point. And so this gap is under this $120.36 level right here, right? So if Target comes below here and it closes and opens below this 120 level, it's going to fill this gap and we're going to see 107.54, right? Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. Let me know if that makes sense. All right. That's my first stock. I just broke that down in a couple minutes. So understand that with you have technical analysis. In technical analysis, that is the charts, right? That is price action. That is learning the candlesticks. But then you also got fundamental analysis, and then you also have stuff that's going on with the news and stuff like that, right? So understand this though. Target, if it drops down to 120, 107, all that is a setup for it to go back to the upside. So all we're going to do is we're going to rinse and repeat. That's all we're going to do on the options tip. So if I see it drop down to 107 and then all of this stuff in the news fizzles out, what's going to happen? It's going to recover. And I'm going to get back into some option calls, some calls to the upside. I'm going to get in and I'm going to write it back up. And I'm going to write it up to the levels where it just came from. I'm going to write it to the levels where it just came from. And I'm going to write it back up. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying when stocks are at discounts, you get in. When you see them riding to the downside, you can day trade them to the downside, and then you could day trade them to the upside, but you could also swing trade them to the downside, and you could swing trade them to the upside. But you just have to know your levels. You have to know your levels. I cannot stress it enough. Don't just blindly get in some option calls or puts. No, you need to know and understand what's going on. But look at the world as an opportunity. The world is at an opportunity. When you're seeing all this stuff in the news going on with certain companies, you need to start looking at the stock. And you need to be saying, is this stock on an uptrend? Is it on a downtrend? If I'm seeing great news and the stock has been beat up and it's at a discount, then you could, for at least 2 days, 3 days, the stock could be shooting up because of all of the news, right? And so think about it. If the stock is shooting up because of all of the news for 2 to 3 days, and the stock goes up by $10, $15, what can you do? You could get in, you could get out, and you could get your money, and you could double your money in a matter of days. Hear what I'm saying? This is the game of trading. I'm not saying go just randomly doing stuff, but when you understand how this works, it will literally change your life, your bank account, and everything else. All right? So that's the first stock that you could double your money with this week is Target. I just gave you the play. You got a chart. If you want to trade with us, be sure to join the Discord. That is in the description box. And it's in all of my videos in the description box, all right? So if you want to join the Discord and trade with us, then please join us before tomorrow morning. All right? Exactly. I don't care nothing about red or blue. It's about the green. That's what I'm saying. And they feel the same way. All right? They feel the same way. All right? So the next stock, it's going to be a two-part. It's going to be a two-part banger, okay? But this is a lesson as well. This is a lesson as well. If you're liking this video and you ain't liked it, man, watching this video, just give me a like, please, right? Like this video so we could continue to grow this channel because it's really exploding right now. So the next stock is going to be Uber, all right? But my part 2 is Lyft, right? So here's something else that I learned in the stock market, and this is a pattern, right? So think about this. You have something called sectors, right? Sectors. So if you have 3 companies and they're in the same sector or the same type of industry, they're the same type of company, then if one company is doing good in that sector, if one company is doing excellent in that sector, then the other companies are going to do something very, very similar, right? So hear what I'm saying. Last week, Uber had earnings, okay? And I'm about to show y'all the charts. But last week, Uber had earnings and Uber beat earnings, right? So what does this mean? What does this mean for a company like Lyft? If it's the same exact company, you tell me, what does it mean? All it means is Lyft could potentially do the same exact thing, right? Because this week, Lyft has earnings. So it's the same sector, a different company, right? And their financials are very similar. Lyft has a little bit more profit to show. Their financials are slightly better, but Uber is bigger and they have a lot of different things that they're going into, right? So let me show you the charts on Uber, and I'm going to show you the charts on Lyft, okay? So let's go into the charts, and I'm going to break this down. All right, so here's what we got. So let's go to Uber. Right here. All right, boom. So Uber's all-time highs, let's zoom out on the daily real quick. So when Uber IPO'd in 2019, they opened at $45, right? $44.94. They got all the way up to, they just hit all-time highs back in October of 2024, right? Last year. So they hit all-time highs. So always remember, wherever a stock goes to and it comes from, so it came up here and it came down, it's always going to try to get back where it came from. This is a stock market trading investing principle. So Uber is at a discount right now. So Uber had earnings last week, and look what happened. Look what happened to Uber's earnings right here, right? It shot up. Now this yellow line is my 200 EMA right here. Okay, this yellow line, what this yellow line signifies is that we're entering into an uptrend. And you can see on these EMAs, they crossed over and it's signaling an uptrend as well. So what do you know? We have these levels right here. So it just broke above this level right here of 69.71. So now it's above that. So when it breaks above a level, where is it going to go next? It's going to go to the next level, which is 78.25. So Uber closed at $74. So that's a $4 move. But if it breaks through here, then it's going to go up to 87.05. So I'm thinking within the next month, Uber is going to be touching that 87.05. So this week, I'm probably going to get in some calls for Uber because it just opened an uptrend and the earnings was a catalyst. Okay. Now let's look at Lyft, right? Lyft, they have earnings this week, but look what's going on. They're above the EMA right here. They just tried to test right here. But they didn't go. But Lyft's all-time highs, look at Lyft's all-time highs. Lyft got as high as, let's see. Lyft got as high as 68.35 yeah. Oh no, they got higher. That's what I thought. Lyft's highest was 88.49. 88.49. That was Lyft's all-time highs. So Lyft is at all-time highs now, but right here, they're at a steep discount. A steep discount, right? So they're at $14.17, but they got earnings. So I think that they're going to beat earnings and they're going to go up. So this week, we could see Lyft hit like $16.60, maybe $17, depending on, you know what I'm saying, how it goes and how good it is, right? So that's another stock that I'm looking at right there. All right. That's a second stock that I'm looking at. That's really three stocks right there because I gave you two, Uber and Lyft, same sector, same type of company. So I'm not going to get in a call before earnings. I always want to make sure I know that it's going to be good before I get in. But at the end of the day, Uber and Lyft, you could day trade both of these tomorrow on Uber side, and you could double your money tomorrow with Uber. You could double your money tomorrow with Uber. You could double your money tomorrow with Target when you know what direction that the stock is going in. Me personally, I think that Target is going to drop. I think we're going to see 120 based on everything that's going on in the news. But also, I don't depend on the news. But when you see technicals as well, when you see technical analysis supporting what's already going on in the news, then you know that like, okay, there's a good chance that this is going to go here. I personally trade off of technicals. I don't pay attention to the news, but the news, it always benefits and helps things in the direction of that you already thought it was going in, right? So understanding those things right there. So we got Target to the downside, right? And then when it gets to the downside and it bottoms out, what we gonna do? We gonna wait for the reversal confirmation and we gonna ride it back up. All right. This stuff is simple, but we always make it hard, right? I want to be able to simplify the stock market and learning how to trade. I want to simplify it. I want to be able to break this down as if you're a third grader and you can understand it, right? So it's not as hard as we think. We just complicate this stuff. All right. So we got Target, we got Uber, and we got Lyft. All right. The next stock I'm about to give you, we're going to go into it right now. They had earnings last week. And if you're watching this and you have not already, please like that video. I would highly, highly appreciate it. All right. So the next stock is going to be Affirm. Okay. Affirm. Now I day traded this last week, made some money with it in the Discord, but they have a lot of room to go as well. And they beat earnings last week also, but also on top of them beating earnings, they are on an uptrend, right? And they are growing their revenue year over year. They're becoming profitable and all that stuff. So here's what I've been seeing and here's what I'm learning, right? So what stocks do is if their all-time high was like 150 or something like that, and the stock is currently at 30, 40, $50, then that stock has a lot of upside potential because it's closer to the bottom than it is to the top. So if that stock can recover, if the stock can recover 12% in options, that's a lot of money, okay? So the key is to learn how to read the charts. And then you can be able to start to see what's going on in the stock market, what's going on with the stocks, what stocks are going to recover, what stocks are at discounts, when do I need to buy a stock, right? That's all going to be revealed to you when you learn how to read the charts. I cannot express that enough. When I first started trading stock options, I was not fully confident in my ability to trade because I did not understand the charts. But when I got into the charts and I really started learning the charts, my life has changed because I now know how to read candlesticks and charts, okay? So I cannot stress enough, learn how to read the charts, all right? What up, Chad? KC, Kansas City. I'm not rooting for the Chiefs. I stand by that, but it's all good. All right, so then we're going to go into the Affirm chart, and I'm going to show y'all some stuff. So let's go into Affirm. So we're going to go here. Boom. All right, cool. So let's look at this right quick. So Affirm has all-time highs. It's on a daily time frame. This is on a daily time frame. Their all-time highs are all the way at 176. These are all-time highs right here. So this is the highest they've ever gone. All right. So, and right now they're sitting at $75. So what does that tell you? That tells you that we have $100 to go if we could test all-time highs. All right. As long as the company will continue to do what it's supposed to do. But it had came up here back in December. It touched 73.19, 73.24. It rejected, and it came back down here to this support level of 52.24, right? But before that, it was at $22, and then it came up, went consolidated, right? And then it came up some more, right? So it was running on an uptrend, got rejected, smacked down, but look where it's trying to get back to, and look where it got back to. It got back to where it rejected from. So this is a strong resistance level. Now, because it broke above here, that lets me know that we got some room to go now, right? Because it broke through this level. But what I want to make sure of is that the stock doesn't just like come back down to its original level of like right here. But I do want to see a pullback before I get into a swing on Affirm. And the reason why is because the stock has gapped up. So the stock can go, it gapped up from $63 all the way to $69. That's $6. And on a stock like this, that's a lot of profit that you could be losing out on if you get in too early, right? So before I get into a swing, I want to let this stock come down a little bit, maybe to fill this gap right here. If it does, and then I will get in maybe 6 months out and I will let it run, right? So that's the next stock that I have, which is Affirm right there. All right, let me know if that makes sense in the comments. So we got Affirm. So we got Target, we got Uber, Lyft, and Affirm, okay? These are all certified bangers, right? Let them play out, be patient, and you can make some money. You can make some money. I called Microsoft last week. I got out of my swing of Microsoft. I called Affirm last week before earnings. That one did what it did, right? So if you aren't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe because I'm bringing you daily videos every single day, and I'm bringing you some heat. All right. Next week, I'm going live every single day of the week at 5:30 Pacific Standard and 8:30 Eastern. So be sure to tap in with your boy. All right. So that's Affirm. That's what I'm looking at. And all of these stocks can be either day traded or swing traded. You just need to make sure that you're trading in the right direction. And the way that you know that you're trading in the right direction is by knowing your technical analysis. All right. Been investing in stocks for 7 years before learning charts. Charts is like an X-ray googles. Hey, nah, for real. X-ray goggles. My bad. Yeah, nah, for real. Like when you learn the charts, you're going to literally be able to see what you need to see. And it's going to expose everything about a stock. And so it's basically like a cheat code. All right. So yeah. So the next stock that we got, one of my favorites. This is the first stock I started really investing into shares with. This is the first stock that really this stock right here is what I've made the most money in stock options since I've been trading and investing. But the next stock we got is Palantir. All right, ticker symbol PLTR. Now we're gonna look at these charts right here. All right, But let's understand that the name of the game is buy low and sell high. Buy low, sell high, right? So with Palantir, this is the fifth stock, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So really, y'all getting like 9 stocks today. And any one of these, if you do it right, you could make some money with. All right. And this ain't even all of the stocks. There's so many opportunities in the stock market every single day. I want you to understand that. It's so many opportunities in the stock market, and I want you to be able to take advantage of these opportunities. Okay. So we got Palantir. So I'm gonna go into the charts and I'm gonna show y'all the charts. All right. If you just joining, tap in the comments. Let me know where you coming from, where you at right now, where you watching from. And yeah, say what's up and like this video, because we giving some real life-changing information here. All right. So boom. So now let's go to Palantir. This one of my, you see all these levels I have charted out right here? Now, but what I want you to pay attention to, don't worry about the levels. I want you to look at this right here, okay? So I'm going to highlight this for you. I'm going to highlight this real quick with this right here. I want you guys to look at this right here, okay? I want you guys to look at this right here. This is what is very important right here. Now, this is called a gap, all right? So Palantir had earnings when they were at $83 last week. They gapped up, right? And they opened at 102. All right. We had people in our chat waking up to $1,000, $12,000, $9,000 and stuff like that, right? So with this gap right here, anytime the stock gaps up this big, the stock has to come back down to fill it and retest this level, right? So Palantir just hit all-time highs. They hit 116. You see right here, they tried to break above this level, but they tested it, but they didn't break above, right? So with Palantir, when you see Palantir come back down to this level right here, this $83 level, $80 level, $85 level, $90 level, I want you to start loading up, okay? I want you to start loading up on Palantir, because once this balances out, right, because this is just an inefficiency. Once this balances out, what's going to happen is Palantir is now going to be ready to go back to the upside. It may pull back a little bit more, but it's going to be ready to go back to the upside. All right. And so what that means is if you could get back in Palantir at $83, $85, you're going to be able to at least make your money on it going to 116. But Palantir is one of them ones this year. Palantir it's making millionaires. All right. Palantir is literally making millionaires. So that one right there. So that's what I'm looking at on Palantir. With Palantir, like I just said, it's going to come back down to $85 at some point. I can tell you that it will. I can't tell you when. It could be this week. It could be next week. It could be 3 weeks from now, right? But I think it may be in the next couple weeks. But when you see it get down to that $85 level, that $90 level, between $85 and $90, I want you to buy some shares. And I want you to thank me later. You right? Buy some shares. If you can't get options, buy shares. And if you can get options, I would really consider getting some options. Because I made a video, I did a live last week, buy the dip and change your life. Buy the dip and change your life. That is the name of the game. Buy the dip. When the stock is down, you buy it, you get in, you ride it up to its new levels, and then you get out, you sell it, and you rinse and repeat. Hold your shares for at least 5 years, and you want to sell and make your money with options. That's how I think about it, right? Options is how I make money. Investing in the stocks for the long term is how I grow my money, right? I grow my money through options too, but I secure my wealth and my long-term investments through the stocks, and I let them just continue to increase in value, right? A stock is always going to go up in value because the stock market is biased and it's manipulated for stocks to go up, because the more that stock prices go up, the more wealth is accumulated. And the rich people on Wall Street and the government, they're always just trying to get richer and richer and richer. So when these stocks drop, you do not need to be fearful. You do not need to be afraid. You need to be literally getting excited and understanding what time it is. All right. So that's my 5 stocks right there, right? One, we got Target, we got Uber, Affirm, Palantir, and I gave you Lyft too, and that was just like a bonus. All right. I got 4 more on my whiteboard right here. I'm gonna share with you just because I love doing this, right? I love doing this. I love trading. I love the stock market now that I understand it, right? And so I want to be able to help people. All right. So I'm gonna give y'all a couple more stocks to look for that you can make money with this week. All right. I'm talking about this week. And that's the best part about trading. When you put money in your account and you trade and you make a profit, that money is settled and ready to withdraw the next day if you want to withdraw it. That's what I love. I've been in sales, right? I was selling door-to-door solar and I had to wait. If I signed up a new customer today, I didn't get paid off of that customer till about 45 to 55 days later. All right. So it was a lag time. But I could go make more money than I was in door-to-door sales and I was making great money. But if I make $10,000 this week, if I make $2,000 today, that money is available tomorrow. And that's the power of options. All right. So I'm gonna give y'all another stock that I've been looking at over the past year. And this has been one of the silent giant in the whole stock market in the sector. All right. This is what they don't talk about. That stock is Spotify. All right, not Shopify, but Spotify. Okay, Spotify. Spotify is a beast. All right, so let's go on the charts and I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at. Right? So, Spotify. Let's go to them. Spotify right here. Boom. Look at this. Look at Spotify. They always beat earnings. They're always gapping up like crazy. So back in January, the middle of January, I want you to see what I'm saying here. The middle of January, they were at 443. 443. And we're talking about less than a month later, they're at 629. That's $200. That is a $200 move in a matter of less than a month. How much money do you think you could have made on some options with this? A month and a half out. Right? So, but look though, so right now they're at all-time highs. Never buy calls at all-time highs. Always remember that. Never buy calls at all-time highs. All right. If you're day trading, that's different. But never swing trade at all-time highs. You want to get in at a discount so you can ride it up. So right now, Spotify is at all-time highs. The next time that Spotify pulls back, it might fill this gap. It could fill this gap, but that's a very steep drop. I don't know if it's going to do that anytime soon, but the next time you see Spotify drop and take a dip and it bottoms out, I'm going to get into some calls. All right, on a swing trade and I'm going to ride it up, right? That is what I'm going to do. That's Spotify. Spotify is just, don't nobody talk about them, but they are massive. They are big. They ain't no game to play with. Okay, but Spotify is at all-time highs right now. When you see them dip and they bottom out, and the only way you're gonna know if a stock bottoms out is if you're looking at the actual charts. All right, that's the key. You will not know. Here's the thing: if you're just looking at Robinhood, you ain't gonna know if a stock bottomed out. You ain't gonna know if a stock reversed, right? And that's the whole kicker. This is why you need to learn how to read the charts. That's how you'll be able to take advantage of these big moves. If you see a stock at a bottom out, right? It drops by 10, 15% or 8 to 12%. And then you start seeing that where it dropped at, it starts kind of going up a little bit. If you know how to read the charts, you'll be able to see where the stock is going, right? So I want you to understand how to play this game. Let's not overcomplicate it. Right? We got all these terms, terminology, and all this other stuff, but let's not overcomplicate it. Let's really focus on what we need to focus on, and that is how do we make money trading stock options? That's the real kicker. All this extra jargon and stuff like that, what I allow myself to do is I allow myself to simplify it. And the simpler that I simplify it, the more money that I end up making. Okay? I don't care about what do you call it, what's the terminology. No. I need to understand how a tool works. How does the market work? How does trading work in my simple terms? That is how I have been able to rapidly make my results come faster because I'm not getting tied up on all the technicalities of everything. I'm focused on the results. So what does this mean? What does this mean to me, right? And how can it make sense in my mind? You got to figure out how you could speak, how something could speak your language so that you could understand it, so that you can get to the results faster. All right. So that's Spotify. All right. Spotify is a beast. It's a mass, but a lot of stocks, some stocks are good to swing and some stocks are good to day trade and swing. Spotify would be a swing for me. It wouldn't be a day trade unless I got in like at the bottom early in the morning, and then, you know what I'm saying, I just held it for the whole day. But I'm not trying to scalp a Spotify because the way that it moves, right? And its spreads are a lot wider and fatter, right? The light at the end of the tunnel gets a little bit brighter every day. Yep, that's trading, right? That's how it is when you trade. It's like every single day you get a little piece of information or knowledge or wisdom, and it gives you a little bit more hope to keep going and keep going and keep going. And then you look up 3-6 months later, and then you're making 2,000 a week consistently, 5,000 a week consistently. I want you to know, if you are watching this and you're in your first 6 months, don't give up. I'm telling you this for a reason. Do not give up. Don't fold. Don't give up. Don't stop. Don't quit. Okay? If you take a break, that's cool, but do not stop and do not give up, because I promise you, your success is coming. But if you stop right now and you give up, it is never going to come. All right? So I got 3 more stocks for y'all, man. I'm blessing y'all today, right? It's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm feeling good. I want to bless you guys. All right? So the next stock, if you're watching this right now, like the video for your boy, please. I appreciate it. All right, let's keep this channel growing. Now the next stock is Shopify. Okay, Shopify. We got the Netherlands in the house. I see you, Melody. So we got Shopify. Okay. Now Shopify sounds like Spotify, but it's not. Right? Shopify is an e-commerce platform. So let me show you guys what's going on with them. Number one, they have earnings on Tuesday. Shopify has earnings on Tuesday, okay? But let's go to the charts and let me show you what I'm seeing. Now, let's go to Shopify. Shop, here we go. All right, so they was at $99. They touched $99 a couple weeks ago, back in January. And now look where they at. They ran up to 122. But you see how they rejected off of this level? They didn't break through it yet, right? On Tuesday, we have earnings. Now, Shopify's all-time highs are at 176, right? So we got a lot of room to go, a lot of room to go. But if it comes out and earnings are positive, I would day trade this stock. I don't know if I would swing it just yet, because this is where I would honestly want to swing it, from this level right here. But I would day trade it if it has positive earnings, because I could ride that momentum to the upside. Does that make sense? If this is all making sense, let me know. Please let me know if this is all making sense in the comments, right? But as you can see right here, if we have earnings on Tuesday when market opens right here, right? If we got good earnings, and then it breaks above 122 and it opens above that, it may come down a little bit, but it's going to go and it's going to try to get up to this 137 right here. All right. It's going to try to get up to this 137 right here. So if you see Shopify on Tuesday and it's above this right here, it might drop on Monday before earnings. But if, let's say it's at 120, 118, something like that, and then it comes up here, right? And it's up here, it's going to try to touch this 137 right here. All right. Very, very, very simple. But this is how you trade, and this is the name of the game right here. All right. So that's Shopify. Shopify it's a monster in the space, but the industry, right, has been it's slowed down a little bit and it's been challenging. So I'm looking at Shopify. I would day trade that if we see positive momentum on Tuesday. All right. So you got to understand that momentum is one of the biggest things in trading, right? I want to think about it. Do you want to get in a trade when the momentum is faded? Or do you want to get into a trade when the momentum hasn't even begun yet? Let me tell you what's going to happen, right? If you're trading and you get let's say you get into play before the momentum happens, it's going to just be going like this. And then you're going to get out because you're going to be like, man, this is just wasting my time. And then it's going to shoot up. And then you're going to try to get in again at the top. And then it's going to pull back and then you're going to get out. You need to understand how to spot momentum, right? Positive earnings is a great catalyst for positive upward momentum. Period. All right. So I don't want to get into a call before earnings because you don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes you may get lucky, but you don't really know, right? So you want to wait until the stock proves itself. I always say this is what I've learned. Wait till the stock proves itself, and then you want to ride it to the upside. I never try to predict where a stock is going because I don't know. That's why when I trade, I'm trading level to level. So as I'm always talking about the levels, right? I'm trading level to level, level to level. So if a stock's level is 120 and the next level is 129, I am going to stay in it until it hits that level or it has proven that it's coming back down, right? Wherever it rejects off of. But I trade level to level. If I'm in a swing trade, then I will have more patience to let it go from one level, break through that level and go to the next level. But if I'm day trading, I'm looking for $2 to $3 moves. That's all I'm looking for is $2 to $3 moves because in options, I know that if I put $1,000, $2,000 into a trade, I will be able to make 5 to 10% of my money back. All right. So I'll trade level to level. If you know your levels, you will change your life. I cannot stress it enough. All right. So trade level to level. 2 more stocks for y'all, and then we're going to get out of here. So stick with me. We almost done. All right. So the next thing we got is the next stock we got Coinbase. All right. Coinbase is the stock that put me on the map for my trading, right? Coinbase, it changed my life, right? When in November, the inauguration happened, I was in some Coinbase calls. It went to the moon, right? That was, man, first time I made $10,000, $15,000 in a day in the stock market trading. That was when the game changed for me, right? So Coinbase is one of my babies. So I'm looking at them this week because they have earnings. All right. So let's look at Coinbase. Let's look at Coinbase real quick. Coinbase, ticker symbol coin, COIN, right? I know my chart looks crazy. Please don't worry about that. This is on a daily time frame, all right? So if you're tuning in, please like this video. I really appreciate it. So we got Coinbase, right? So look at Coinbase. I had got in Coinbase right here. No. I got in right here, right before the inauguration. And then it blasted off. And then, no, I got in actually right here on the day before the inauguration. So on the 3rd, I got in right there. And I caught this whole move all the way up here. All right. So this trade changed my life forever. All right. But you can see it blasted off and then it's been consolidating. It looks like a bull flag, but then it came back down. But big picture, let me show you the big picture. Coinbase on the daily time frame, if we zoom out, this right here is a cup and handle pattern, right? It's a cup and handle pattern. So its all-time highs are 428, right? So it came down here. So this is the cup right here. This is the handle, and then it broke out of the handle, right? So this is why I had got into that trade. So when you zoom out and you see how the stock is looking on a bigger time frame, you can see why it makes certain moves, right? But right here, when we zoom in a little bit more, it came down to retest certain levels. So its lowest was 240, then it broke above, right? So I want you to understand that in Q4, Coinbase had some really good profit revenue and things like that. So I think that Coinbase is going to beat earnings for Q4, which is last quarter, and then that's going to be a catalyst, and it could go back up to 310, 320. It could even try to retest. It's going to get this year. Coinbase is going to get back up to 350, and it's going to try to retest its all-time highs at 428. Right? Do we know when it's going to happen? No. But these stocks can move fast. I've seen stocks in a week and a half be up $100. Tesla was up over $100 after the election, right? Coinbase was up over $100 after the election. So stocks can move fast. I want you to understand that stocks can change your life in a very short period of time. A very, very, very short period of time. All right. So don't be on like beat yourself up. Like stocks can change your life in a very short period of time. They can make moves that you didn't even see coming, and you could really change your life. All right. And so we got one more stock. Love the word. Years ago, when I first joined Webull, I received free fractional shares of Spotify. I held it and really didn't pay attention to it. Sold it on Friday for some great gains. If I knew what I was doing, exactly. But hey, I'm glad that you got those fractional shares of Spotify years ago, because years ago they was in the 100s. So it's like that could really turn you up, and it could change your life. And I can't say this enough. All right. So we got one more stock. I'm gonna share with y'all that you could double your money with this week. And that stock is going to be Tesla. All right. So we got Tesla. But I'm looking at Tesla to the downside. Tesla had earnings last week or the week before. They missed earnings. The stock went up, but then it started slowly coming down, right? So let's go look at the Tesla charts real quick, and I'm gonna show you what's up. So if we look at Tesla right here, don't worry about all of this. These are a lot of levels that I have. But right here, Tesla is under this level right here of 360, 365. What I see happening is Tesla could come down all the way to it could come down to like 310, 311. But I think it's going to come down to around somewhere around here, right? Well, really right here, because there's a gap right here at 345. This is a gap right here, right? And it needs to fill this gap. So somewhere around 345, I think that Tesla could be coming down to maybe this week, next week. So that's something to look at. So if you see Tesla on a downtrend, you could day trade Tesla and you could go make $1,000 in profit tomorrow or on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Because Tesla, look at it. It's in a downtrend. The EMAs have crossed over. It is in a certified downtrend. It just tried to test that EMA right here, and it failed. It broke out of a bull flag that I saw to the downside. So Tesla can really be coming down to 345. It could even come down here all the way down to like 327-ish as well. All right. So yeah. So that's Tesla to the downside. When we're looking at Tesla. When we're looking at Tesla, I want you to understand that these all of these stocks, they can reverse at any time, right? All it takes is the right type of catalyst and or the news, right? But when we're looking at technicals and stuff like this, man, stocks, just follow the technicals, right? Follow the technicals. They have changed my life. All right, so we're gonna go over it again. Target to the downside. I broke that down. If you came on this live late, go back to the beginning and watch me talk about Target, because that is a huge opportunity. All right. If you're just joining in, please like this video. That's my last ask. Just like this video. If you want to trade with us on Monday and all week, join the Discord, the Prosperity Collective, and we're going to be trading every single day live. And it's only $40 a month, right? If $40 a month, I can show you people made $200 in 3 minutes last week in one day. All right, so you're going to get your money back. Don't even worry about that. I want you to focus on learning how to trade any stock by learning technical analysis. When you can do that, you can change your life, and I promise you, I guarantee you. All right, so we got Target, we got Uber, and we got Lyft. I talked about Uber and Lyft. Uber beat earnings last week. They're headed to $80, $84. Lyft has earnings this week. All right. If Lyft beats earnings, we can see some positive momentum to the upside. All right. We got Affirm. They beat earnings last week. They had a great day on Friday. I see them going to $80, $84 as well. We got Palantir. Palantir has a gap to fill to the downside. When you see Palantir come down to $85, man, it's time to load up, because it's going to blast right back off. All right. We got Spotify. Spotify is at all-time highs right now at its peak. So I think that it's gonna come back down a little bit. Learn the charts, right? Get on your trading view and learn the charts. And then once you see where it's bottoming out at, you could get in on the reversal. Or once it proves itself and it does reverse, you could ride it back up to those previous all-time highs, see where it goes at, and then you sell it at the top. We got Shopify. Shopify has earnings on Tuesday. If we see some positive earnings and they beat earnings, then we can see some good day trade action on Tuesday morning, right? We got Coinbase. Coinbase has broken out of a crazy pattern. It went all the way up to 345. Now it's at 270 something. If we see them have positive earnings on Thursday, then and that's on Thursday after market close. On Wednesday after market close, if you see them open up and they having a green day, you could ride that. But you have to know your levels inside of day trading. I'm not just saying go randomly get into some calls and all willy-nilly. I'm not saying that, right? What I'm saying is this is momentum, and so even if it does pull back in the day, in the morning, it still most likely could be going to the upside. So you do need to understand how to learn how to read the chart so you can learn how to trade. All right, then we got Tesla to the downside as well that I'm seeing. I really do think that Tesla is going to go down a little bit more based on the technicals and what I'm seeing. So yeah. And if y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat before we get off. What do you plan on using on trading? What plan do you use? I use the middle one. I think it's Plus. It's like $15, $20 a month. I think $19.99 a month. So if y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat before we get off and before we get up out of here. But those are some stocks that you could double your money with this week. All right, that is 8 stocks right there. You just gotta learn. All right, you just gotta learn how to trade. You just gotta learn how to read the charts. We gonna teach you how to read the charts. We gonna teach you how to trade. You can literally take our trades in the Discord when we're live trading and go make money immediately. All right, and then over time you're gonna learn and you're gonna be able to start learning your own trades. All right, and learning how to really get in and get out on your own. All right, joined yesterday. Oh, there we go. Yeah, welcome to the collective. Just make sure that you get in there and you use all the resources that we got. All right. So if y'all don't have any other questions, I appreciate everybody's time. This coming up week, I will be going live Monday through Friday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific on the West Coast, 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast. All right. And we're going to basically be doing a masterclass every day about something else about options. Okay. Stock options. I'm going to be going through strike prices and all that stuff, Greeks and everything like that. And then we're going to do a different topic every day all week. All right. I love trading. I love options. And it has really, really, really changed my life. And I want to just be able to help change people's lives through this right here. All right. So if you're joining right now, we about to hop off. Be sure to go back and watch the whole video because these plays right here, all free. You got to execute it, but we gave you the plays. All right. So I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. I appreciate everybody's time. Always remember, get out of your head and get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. Are you executing trades on TradingView or a different platform? I execute my trades on Webull, all right? TradingView only allows you to see the charts and you can chart. I use Webull, all right? You see my phone? I use Webull right there, right here, Webull. That's what I use. For my day trades, I use Webull, okay? So I trade with Webull while I'm looking at the charts. That's how I do it. So I'm looking at the charts, right? And I'm looking at them, seeing everything, and then I take my trades, right? And then I get out of my trades on my phone while I'm watching Webull, watching the computer. Mindset aspect, shout out to NYC. Brooklyn, yep, shout out to Brooklyn. That's where my girl from. I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn is an amazing place. Yeah, the mindset aspect is everything. I can't stress that enough. The mindset is everything because the technical analysis and the charts, once you understand, that's the easy part of it. Because you're going to know where a stock is going and you're going to get out and you're going to lose money. You're going to be like, why did I get out? Because the mindset, right? The mindset is everything. The psychology is everything. All right. So I want you to understand that. That's why I'm so big on levels. All right. Levels, support, and resistance. You got to understand that stuff in order to be successful. And you also got to understand patience. All right. So absolutely. All right. So shout out to New York. Shout out to Super Bowl Saturday. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in on Super Bowl Saturday. I know your time is valuable. That's why I want to be able to try to give you as much rich information that could change your life as possible. I do not want to waste your time because I don't like when people try to waste my time. All right. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm dropping a trade of the day video tomorrow, most likely at around 11 a.m. And then at 5:30, I'm going to be back on live and we're going to go in. All right. So subscribe, like this video. I appreciate everybody. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. Peace.